this opportunity, I will talk about a country that is being very popular this day, and that is Japan. How is the culture of the Japanese? To travel to Japan is to travel to a culture totally different from ours. It is first and the most different in terms of traditions. A culture adored by fans of anime of the different, but also a culture of good food and a lover it from and beauty, harmony, tranquility, and silence. As you can see, a different culture from what we are used to become because of our Latin character. Traditions? Home. It is evident that in Asia culture, the family occupies a very important place in the people's lives. It is no different in the case of the Japanese family. It must be said it is a very traditional and singlet misogyny and society science. The roles of women is relegated to the care of the children and of men, mainly to the economic contributions to the family. Traditional Japanese clothing, kimono and yukata. Within the Japanese tradition, we find the most characteristic clothing. We are talking about the kimono and the yukata. For those of you who do you know, kimono literally means thing of the wear. Although nowadays its meaning has been relegated of the traditional Japanese costume. We could talk a lot about this costume that even though they are traditional clothing, they are very commonly used by the Japanese in the Olympic in Tokyo. They made a kimono to all the countries including Ecuador, showing the land of the four worlds. The Japanese wear more often the yukata than the kimono. The former is made of cotton and the thinner, more comfortable and cheaper. To distinguish them there is nothing easier than to look at the leg. The kimono reaches of the floor and the only exposes the feet tucked in socks. Japanese food. This is one of the favorite chapter for all Japanese food lover. Japanese cuisine has positioned itself in recent years as one of the best in the world. One of the healthiest, most varied and delicious, probably its best known dish is sushi, but it's not only often in Japanese sushi. Also, it is, as we say, the best known of the Japanese cuisine. No, everyone knows that these are actually different sides of the sushi. The base is always rice accompanied with fish, rice over semi-cooked seafood, and vegetable or even fruit. The only type of the sushi are maki, raw pet, nori, sweet seaweed, and onigiri. Yakisoba. These are dishes consist of fried with flour noodles, with vegetable, and in some cases pork cooked without both, with friendly and yakisoba sauce hence its name. As we can see, Japan has a rich culture and the small part of all the futures often by the country of the rising sun.